Welcome to next session of FIR filter designs. Now in this session we will see how FIR filter design can be done with the frequency sampling method. So this is another important method of designing the FIR filters. Now just recall how we design an FIR filter using the windows technique. So in window design method we used to multiply the desired frequency response HD of n with a window function. It may be this window function, it may be either a rectangular window, or it can be a triangular window, or Hamming window, or Hanning window, or it can be a Kaiser window. Okay, so using any one of these windows, the desired frequency response HD of n is multiplied, and this product used to give us H of n. Okay, so the multiplication used to give the truncation of HD of n, and the window function, it used to specify even the number of points also. Okay, so therefore the H of n was computed as a product of HD of n and corresponding window function W of n. So therefore here the m of window function used to decide so how many samples we are taking. But whereas in this method, in the frequency sampling method, so as the title indicates, a sampling procedure is adopted for the design. Okay, so what is sampled then? So here a desired frequency response is sampled at m number of points. Okay, so we know the meaning of sampling. So therefore the sampling means we have assumed that a signal. So in this, if I want to choose some 4 points, then I am going to choose the 4 points with the equal interval between them. Okay, so now whatever the collected values are there, so these are known as the samples. So here in this method, it is frequency sampling method. So therefore we have a HD of omega function, okay, on omega, and in this function I am going to take few samples. So how many samples? It is nothing but capital M number of points. So here m is nothing but it is the length of the filter also. Okay, so therefore out of HD of omega, so I am going to choose some m number of samples. Okay, so this method, that's why it's called as frequency sampling method. So in this method, the desired frequency response is sampled at m number of points. Okay, instead of directly multiplying with a specific rectangular window or any other Hamming or Hanning window function, so here a sampling procedure is used where we are going to collect m number of samples at the specified points. Now what are these actually? So these collected samples are nothing but DFT coefficients. DFT coefficients. Okay. So therefore the impulse response H of n is now determined by computing the IDFT. It is just similar to our DFT procedure. Okay. So assume that we have some this is the x of k. So we have some samples. So this I call it as x of 0 sample, x of 1 sample, this is x of 2 sample, and so on. Okay, so these are nothing but what? These are the DFT samples which are obtained by sampling the frequency domain characteristics. So now from these samples I can get x of n by doing IDFT, inverse transform, on all these x of k samples. Similarly, in this method also, we have a desired frequency response HD of omega. Okay, and from this HD of omega we are collecting some samples. How many samples? It is decided by that length of filter. Okay, so m can be 10, n can be even, or n can be odd. So we are collecting those many number of samples, and whatever the samples that are obtained, they are actually the frequency domain samples. Okay, so therefore we have to apply IDFT on them in order to get back h of n. Okay, so therefore we can say or we can introduce some of the notations in this. So let hd of omega, let hd of omega be the ideal or desired frequency response. Then after sampling, I am going to get some samples of the coefficients. I am calling that as h of k. So h of k is nothing but the DFT sequence. H of k is nothing but the DFT sequence which is obtained, okay, which is obtained by sampling hd of omega. Okay, so let h of n represent impulse response of the FIR filter. So these are the notations used. So we start with hd of omega. hd of omega will be sampled to get h of k. Okay, and these h of k samples whatever are there, on this we are doing IDFT to get the h of n. Okay, so therefore stepwise we can write the procedure like this. Okay, so first point will be choose the desired frequency response hd of omega. So choose the desired frequency response hd of omega. Then second point is we have to sample hd of omega. Okay, sample hd of omega, where we have to sample at m points. Okay, so therefore at m points means now I'll have to specify we are sampling omega axis at k number of points. So this will be nothing but 2 pi k by m. Okay, so where k equal to 0, 1, 2 up to m minus 1. Okay, so we have to sample this hd of omega at m number of points to get what? To get h of k sequence. Okay, so therefore we can now define h of k as nothing but hd of omega, that is sampled version of hd of omega, where samples are taken at omega equal to 2 pi k by m for k equal to 0, 1, 2 up to m minus 1. Okay, so the next step will be we have to compute the m samples of h of n. M samples of h of n using the following equations. Now when computing h of n, okay, so we need to observe whether m is odd or m is even. Okay, so in this method when m is odd, okay, if the length is odd, then h of n is computed using the formula h of n will be equal to 1 by m h of 0 plus 2 into summation k is equal to 1 to m minus 1 whole divided by 2 into real part of h of k into e power j 2 pi k n by m. So this will be our equation to compute h of n in case m is odd. Next, part B. Okay, so when m is even, So in that case, h of n is readily calculated by using 1 by m h of 0 plus 2 summation k is equal to 1. So here it is m by 2 minus 1 into real part of h of k into e power j 2 pi kn by m. Okay, and later on, once we calculate the h of n values for either m even or odd, so you can get the filter transfer function h of z. So h of z, which is nothing but y of z by x of z equal to h of n for n varying from 0 to m minus 1 z to the power of minus n. Okay, so now these are the steps involved in getting the h of n for the FIR filter using frequency sampling technique. So we need to first choose the response, the desired frequency response hd of omega. So later on we have to sample that hd of omega at specified number of points. Okay, so how many samples we collect, that depends on this m value, and the sampled sequence is now denoted as h of k. Okay, so therefore h of k is nothing but sampled version of desired frequency response only, where samples are taken at omega equal to 2 pi k by m. And later on, when you collect the samples, they are nothing but the DFT coefficients. So therefore, in order to get h of n, we need to compute the inverse DFTs. So therefore, h of n is computed in two equations. When m is odd, follow this equation. So in the summation, we have m minus 1 by 2. Whereas when m is even, it is m by 2 minus 1. And later on, once h of n is computed, so we can further go for calculating h of z by using the equation summation h of n into z to the raise to minus n between n equal to 0 to m minus 1. Okay, thank you.